here I have the gluten-free pie crust made. And you're gonna have it chilled. If you chill it overnight, you wanna take it out and put it on the countertop for 3 hours to reach room temperature. Any longer than that, you wanna put it back in the fridge. You want it to be cool, but not cold, so it's still pliable. I like to use tapioca flour for rolling out dough because it's very smooth and silky, and it really helps underneath. So you do a motion of pushing down and pushing out. And if it separates a little bit, you can put it back together. The best way to do a pie crust is to make the crust immediately and immediately roll out afterwards. But if you're gonna be short on time, like on Thanksgiving, you have a lot to prepare, you can always do it the day before. So I'm not pressing too hard, but I'm giving a firm, probably about 2 pounds of pressure. Oftentimes with the gluten-free crust, this crust doesn't have the gluten to keep it together, so when you lift it up into the pan, you might do a little patchwork. That's perfectly fine, your crust will come out the same anyways. So you want about a 1/4 inch thick, if you want to zoom in and see how thick that is. I wouldn't say a 1/4 inch, I'd say about 2 millimeters. And then you want to have a thin spatula. I like metal spatulas, or also a rubber spatula that's very, very thin on the end. You just press down, and I'm pressing down this way rather than moving that way. Once I have it here, I'm going to move my tart pan over. I'm just going to slide my hand right under like that. Slide the spatula, and it's just really fast. See that? Be real careful. Like I was saying, you might have a little patchwork here. Another method is also to flip it over that way. I didn't do it that time because my crust is a little bit warmer than I would like it to be. Push it down, and I have this goat cheese. You can pause it. So the extra pieces, after you press the crust all in, and trim off the edges, and this is completely optional. You can roll it and press to the side here, so you make a nice thick crust. After you do that all the way around, I have a little of goat Chevre. I'm just going to press this down. I've had it at room temperature for 2 to 3 hours. I'm just going to spread this out on the bottom of the crust. Okay, so once you get the cheese spread in an even layer, and just take a look at that, and then I took my rolled up crust and pressed it all around, and then I just pressed back and forth like that. See, I pressed on the rolls just like you would do Play-Doh, and then I spread the cheese in a smooth layer. And now I have the cranberry compote. I'm going to put that on top. Might save a little bit extra for we just want a thin layer. We don't want it to be too tart or overwhelming. So we have a very thin layer of Chevre goat cheese, and then on top of that, the cranberry compote. And this is not so much a sweet pastry as it is just a pastry. It's half sweet, half savory. The tartness of the cranberries makes it something you could eat for dessert, or you can eat along with your meal. So now I've got my other crust rolled out. I'm just going to place this on top of here like that. And I just want it to be rough. I don't want it to be completely sealed off. So I'm really going to kind of break it off unevenly around here. You can just get a picture down here of this. that, so I want to leave a little bit of that cranberry on the side. Oh, it's gonna be beautiful. And this extra crust you can do anything with. If you've got kids, you can make little cinnamon sticks. You roll out the dough, cut it in slices, and cover it with cinnamon sugar. Everyone loves that. Little boys and big boys, right? All right, so that's beautiful. And when we cook it, it's gonna look even more beautiful because the cranberry is gonna bubble up over that crust and be just so delicious and good. See that? So we're gonna throw this in the oven and I'm gonna show it to you after it's done.